Don't just do something, stand there. Wait, what? Yeah, you heard that right. The basic skill set of chaplaincy is really pretty simple to grasp. We do not need to fix people. In fact, we can't fix them. And when people are grieving or they're in trouble or a crisis or experiencing a trial, what are chaplains supposed to do? Well, we usher in the sacred presence to the experience. Just keep it simple, stick to the basics, and I promise you, you will be fine. But what does this look like? Well, let's consider what it looks like from an encounter between a daddy and a 2-year-old child. Stay tuned. Recently, my wife and I, Virginia, thoroughly enjoyed a quality time with one of our children who came down to Georgia with her husband and child for a visit. Since we moved to Georgia, we are not seeing our Michigan children and grandchildren nearly as often as we would like, and we miss them. We had a wonderful time with Sarah and her family and our 2-year-old grandson. We laughed and played, we talked, and we played some more. Now, our grandson found several things here at the house that my wife and I obtained preparing for their visit. From some friends, we had a huge box of toys to use, and a large bounce house with a water slide was rented and set up in the backyard. What a sight. We had a little car in the patio just big enough for him to get inside and drive around, and a big green ball out there as well. His eyes were so big when he came in the front door and looked around at all the stuff he had to do. For a 2-year-old, I think it might have been a little bit like seeing Disney for the first time. He was playing with that green ball on the back of the patio, and he fell on the ground, started to cry, and then made his way to his daddy, who was sitting next to me on the back porch. He put his arms up while still crying, wanted to be picked up and cared for. So Daddy picked him up, held him tight, and Malcolm said, "Boo-boo." And Dad said, "Where's the boo-boo?" He pointed to his knee, didn't have a mark on it, and said, "Daddy, boo-boo." Daddy said, "Should I kiss it better?" "Well, sure," said Malcolm. Crying stopped immediately. All better. And then he got down and he ran off to play with that green ball some more, all smiles and laughter as if nothing had ever happened. And this is where effective counseling is first observed. Babies are taught to seek comfort from someone who cares. This is not about bringing correction to a person's clumsiness or mistake. It's not about pointing out a sin or a behavior that caused a trial that they're experiencing. No, this is about the simplicity of being a caring presence who demonstrates love in the simple listening. Now, I noticed that Daddy asked some questions. "Where is the boo-boo?" he said. "Should I kiss it better?" In chaplaincy, we might say things like, "Would you tell me how you feel?" And "would it be helpful if," and you can fill in the blank. There is something powerful, powerful about the healing that is brought by simple, caring presence that does not try to prescribe, doesn't try to correct, doesn't try to fix. Chaplains just listen. We just care. We just love. That is the healing balm of chaplaincy. And essentially, we chaplains simply engage in a skill that comes naturally to a daddy and a 2-year-old. What skill are we talking about here? Well, there are 5 things to consider. First, be genuinely interested in the other person, in their story, their problem. Be interested in their circumstances. Show concern. Second is to just be present with that person in their pain or circumstances. Sit with them. And 3 is ask questions, get them talking. 4 is do something tangible, but only after you understand what their need is in their context. And then 5, finally, is we wait with them. We just wait. We sit and wait until the crisis passes. And from this often develops a friendship that opens the door to sharing faith with them. We call it in chaplaincy, make a friend, be a friend, and then draw your friend to Christ. It really is that simple. And so let's get back to the basics of chaplaincy and focus on increasing our skill in these 5 things. Though our sessions will be a little bit more complicated than the one I illustrated, the steps are going to remain the same. And if we do them well, our effectiveness as chaplains will be profound, I promise you. And so, don't just do something. Stand there. Be genuinely present. And I promise you that God will do the rest.